Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Daniel Kross, and today I want to talk to you guys about Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. The one thing that I want to go over real quick, this is just a nice little free-for-all gameplay I got. It's a little bit longer than what I'm used to because I haven't really spent a lot of time playing it. I've been playing other game modes and just kind of enjoying myself playing Momentum, going for clips, but I definitely think free-for-all is going to be one of those game modes where I can probably shine again and kind of show off a little bit of sniping and quick scoping and the skills that it takes to kind of run a lobby, especially in this game since people are able to jump. They're more agile and they're more deadly in sense with the exosuit, but there's a couple things I wanted to go over about the gameplay. I do maybe possibly get a quad feed in here, maybe two, I don't know, I'm not 100% sure on that one, but I figured you'd enjoy it. You know, you can kind of see my growth in a way of throughout this game progressing, kind of getting used to it, but I thought it ended up 25 kills, so I kind of slowed down and played a little bit more passively in this, usually toward the end, but I kind of straightened it out. But I want to talk to you guys about Advanced Warfare and the multiplayer. This is kind of a common problem that a lot of people are complaining about recently, and there was a patch, I believe yesterday on the 17th that came out, and it's supposed to fix connectivity issues. So people having online login problems or just connection issues to bad lobbies in general. It's kind of supposed to patch that and help it out. But I wanted to discuss this real quick because it's a big part of Call of Duty, and I think that it is rather important that a feature that we've learned from other developers that would be nice to have it not implemented, and that is skill-based matchmaking or ranked-based play. Ranked play is fine, like League and all that stuff, you know, obviously that's fine, but when it comes to balancing players and skill-based matchmaking, you're taking an already small pool of players and you're splitting it even smaller. I'm not sure what the scale is, but from my understanding, the reason why Treyarch decided to drop it was because people were having connection issues. This is on Black Ops 2, for those of you that were unfamiliar with that. They tried implementing the system, and for whatever reason, people were having problems connecting to games, not finding enough players. And I think that we're kind of at that level with Advanced Warfare, especially since players are probably split between different consoles, that being PlayStation, Xbox 360, PS3, and most notably PlayStation 4, obviously, but we don't know the numbers. We don't know what the active user base is or how many people are playing individual games. We're kind of, you know, left to best guess, and when that happens, you have an already smaller player base. Let's say you have 5,000 people playing free-for-all, and let's say it divides you by KD, win-loss, or something like that, and you're trying to get into a lobby, or maybe it's something that's even smaller than that. It's going to split it even more. So those 5,000 or those 2,000 people playing a game mode could suddenly drop down to maybe about 100 people. And now from having, you know, an ability to go into certain games within location around you, you're probably going to connect to a host that's rather far away, and it's going to give you some lag, and that's probably what we're running into right now. I'm not 100% sure how skill-based matchmaking is implemented. I imagine it does something to do with how many points you score, what your KD is, what your rank is, things like that, you know, just points and overall KD and probably how many points you get per minute. That's probably what Treyarch did from my understanding in the last Call of Duty. But when it comes to skill-based matchmaking, I honestly like the idea, I like the concept of it, but I don't like how it works, because when you have a small player base or when you have a smaller player base, it's just going to kind of deaden that down. This is why we didn't get game modes like Ground War Domination only. That's why it's bundled with Kill Confirmed and Team Deathmatch and Domination. A main reason being, you know, if you have Ground War Dom, more than likely enough people are going to be split between Domination and Kill Confirmed or Team Deathmatch that it's really just going to be hard for people to find games in general, so you might as well just bundle it together. But hopefully in the future this is something that they can actually address and give us a decent connection. Outside of dedicated servers and having those running and up and correctly would probably solve a lot of people's problems. Dedicated servers are something that kind of bounces around. I'm sure it's a very complicated issue, and I'm sure that they've had plenty of time to kind of implement this, and hopefully in the future they will continue to be more open about that. I think if you ask them questions, you know, they're just kind of, you know, tell you that they're working on it, but legally that's probably the safe route that they have to take. But I definitely feel that if they do eliminate skill-based matchmaking, it will probably allow people to find more lobbies instead of being stuck within a certain player group where you have to play against people using the BAL 24/7, sitting in a corner, something like that, that's overall a little bit more frustrating. Even then, I do think that it would allow people to connect a lot easier, just giving them, you know, instead of having a limited amount of lobbies that you can play based off your skill, you can honestly connect to pretty much anyone and just have fun. That's something that I'd like to see in the future. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and if you have any requests for videos that you want to see with Advanced Warfare or a topic that you want to talk about, go ahead and leave that down in the comments. I love reading through that, love hearing what you guys have to say, but I will see you guys soon in another video. As always, take care.